I'm going to say some stuff tonight that probably a lot of people don't want to hear, and maybe some people will disagree with, maybe call me insensitive. But I know what it took for me to actually make change in my life. And if you're a part of my inner circle group, you know, all right? And I'm not going to allow anybody to just sit in their pain. And the problem with pain is this, and I want you to check yourself tonight. Like, so many people, are going through pain. I understand it. But just because you're going through pain does not give you an excuse to act a certain way, to talk down on somebody else, to give pain to other people. Like, that's not going to heal you. And so many people think giving pain is the best way to heal theirs. And maybe I don't understand what you went through, but I do understand, like, being in a bad place in your life. Trust me, I've been there where everything sucks. You think everybody's against you. The world's against you. Like, anything that doesn't go right, you think it's a scam, or you think that this person is fake and this or that. Let me tell you something. If everything around you, right, is negative, and people around you are telling you that you're a negative person, right, and you've created that environment, you got to take ownership in that. And I know it's not for everybody in here, and I'm going to talk to everybody, but for select people that's watching this, I want you to take ownership in that, right? Going through hard times is not an excuse to act like a bad person. I want to say another word, but I'm not on here tonight. Going through hard times is not an excuse to tear down other people. It's not at all, period. And everybody's not out to get you. I want you to understand that. Like, I see it even with me. Like, even when I offer my inner circle, right? People are like, oh, you're out to get me. And I'm like, out to get you? Like, what did I do? But there's so many people that's going through pain and not dealing with their pain, right? There's so many people that are living in their story, okay? Listen, I want to say this loud and clear. Living in your story will not help you change your story. You understand me, okay? And listen, I'm not being insensitive. I'm not telling you that your story isn't real. I'm not telling you, because you have to accept your story, right? You have to accept that you've been through it. But too many times we find significance in our sad story, right? And we stay there, right? Because we get it. Trust me, I was there. When I lost football, I hate to always bring this up. When I lost football, like, that was my go-to, because I found significance, because people would feel sorry for me. But guess what? When people feeling sorry for me and me feeling sorry for myself did nothing for my life but keep me in that same exact pain. Period. Okay, so maybe you told your story, great. But guess what? You can't keep living in your story expecting your life to change, right? You have to take ownership and say, you know what? I'm going to turn the page to this story. I'm not going to live in this victim mindset. Like, if you're around me, if you listen to me, if you're being coached by me, if you ever watch any of my videos, one thing that I'm never going to allow you to do is live in a victim mindset. And I see some people dropping off right now because you don't want to hear it. And I get it. The truth hurts sometimes, right? And you want to run and go hide. I get that. But guess what? Running and hiding will never help you change your situation. You're going to be stuck in the same situation, complaining, blaming the world, getting mad at everybody else because you haven't took ownership of your life, right? I always say this. The pain might not have been your fault. Right? Where you're at today might not be your fault, but where you're choosing to stay at today is on you. Your healing is your responsibility. You rising above is your responsibility. Understand that. You changing your life is your responsibility. And telling yourself the same old story over and over and over again and putting it out there for sympathy is not going to change anything. Period. And listen, I told my story. I put my story out there. But after I put my story out there, you know what I said? So you know what? I'm going to change my story. This is not going to become my identity. I'm not going to allow this to be the rest of my life, living in this victim mindset. I refuse to live like that. I deserve better with my life. My kids deserve better. My wife deserves better of me. Rehabbers across the world deserve better of me. Period. I'm not going to stay here and allow this to make me a bitter person that's mad at the world because of my own stuff. And I see far too many people doing that. I see it every single day. And it's on you. It's your choice, right? If you want to just live in your pain, feel free. But I know most of you watching this right now, you don't want to live in your pain. You wouldn't be on here right now if you wanted to live in your pain. I know most of you want more, and most of you are like, well, Trent, how do I do it? Right? There's so many how-tos, but first I need you to accept this fact, right? You can't keep living in your story. You can't keep living in your story and posting your story, right, over the same things if it's not helping you, right? I don't even tell my story no more, really, because I'm so far removed from it. I don't even like to go back to it. There was a time where I told my story a lot, but it was still a growth story in that story. Some of us, we blame and we complain and we put everything on everybody else to justify where we're at. And I'll repeat, the pain might not have been your fault. Right? Where you're at today might not have been your fault, But where you're choosing to stay at, that's on you. That's on you. And you cannot allow someone who didn't care about you make you a person that don't care about people, because they win when that happens. I see so many people turn into the pain that they hated. Turn into the person that they hated. You allow them to turn you into a person that controls your life. That's why I say forgiveness is a must. Is a must, because if you don't forgive, you will become the pain that they gave you. And now you will become a person that looks bitter to the world, that gives pain to other people, that hurts other people. And you justify it by saying, you know what? My life was rough. Somebody hurt me. That's not a valid excuse. That's not a valid reason, period. I don't care what happened to you in your life. That's no reason for you to be a messed up person to other people. And I'm tired of seeing that. I'm tired of seeing people tear other people down and their excuses. Well, I'm going through a lot. A lot of people are going through a lot. But use that going through a lot to build you, not to break you, to make you stronger. And I get it. This message isn't a message that everybody wants to hear, but everybody needs to hear. I'm not on here to make feel-good messages for you, because feel-good messages don't automatically create change in your life, right? It just makes you feel good, right? It's time to have transformation. It's time to make a shift. It's time to have a perspective shift. It's time to move forward. It's time to let go. And it's time to stop allowing that same story to control your life, right? It's time for you to create another story. And guess what? You have the power right now to turn the page. And I can talk like this because I was that person. I was that bitter person. I was the person that wanted everybody to feel sorry for me by telling myself the same old story. You know what? People felt sorry for me for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes. And then they went on about their life. And I was turning into a person that I didn't even know who I was anymore. Right? Angry all the time, miserable, full of pain, giving pain to other people, hating on other people for no reason, seeing the bad in everything in life, seeing the negative in everything in life, and it was tearing my life apart. So I refuse to allow that to be you, because I wasted about a year of my life being that person, and I refuse to let you waste a year or years of your life being that person, because you deserve better. You are better than that, right? You're not that. You weren't born cold-hearted. You weren't born to tear down people. That's not who you are. That's not who you are at all. That is learned behavior, right? That is something in life not going right. That is somebody giving you some pain. That is the struggle of life, turning you into a person that you're not. So I need you, okay, to accept your story. Accept it, right? If you told it, great. But don't keep living in sympathy. Don't keep living in a victim mindset, right? Even though if you were a victim in a situation, don't stay a victim, right? Find a way to be victorious out of that, because that's when you win. That's when the pain that was supposed to break you now turns into the power that propels your life forward, that pushes your life forward. But if you're always staying in the pain, if you're always becoming this person because whoever did whatever to you, because life sucks, because of whatever situation, and that's who you are, then guess what? Life will always be like that. And you're going to be a person that nobody wants to be around, nobody wants to talk to, period. I don't want to talk to those type of people, to be real with you. I don't. Because those are the type of people that don't want help, right? They just want feel-good moments. And that's selfish, man. That's selfish. And I see some, like I said, man, I already knew people were going to drop off of this one. I already knew that. And I'm glad. Straight up. I knew some people were going to drop off, because this is some truth that a lot of people can't handle. When you talk about responsibility, a lot of people can't handle that. A lot of people can't handle that. Because a lot of people want to have the BC mindset, as I like to call it, right? Blame and complain. They want to blame and complain their whole entire life. And so that justifies who they are. I'm a sucky person because guess what? Sucky things happen to me. So that's why I'm that. So I'm going to blame and complain. A lot of people do that, right? You deserve more than that. You're better than that. You're more than that. There's a greatest you inside of you that's screaming for you to say, stop accepting that pain. Stop living that same story. And turn the page and create a new story, because you're capable to do it. There's millions of people who've done it. You're looking at a person right now. You want an example? That's done it. But I knew every time I talk about self-accountability, responsibility, looking yourself in the mirror, a lot of people can't take that. A lot of people can't take it, because people will rather not blame themselves, right? People will rather put it on somebody else, because as long as you're putting it on somebody else, you're not the issue, right? You're not the issue. I look at my life every single day and I say, Trent, you're the issue, right? Even in the smallest things, because I want to look at my life and see, okay, how can I change the situation? How can I make the situation better? What did I do wrong, right? What did I do right? Whatever. I'd look at myself in the mirror. because that's the only way something is going to change in your life. And this is not a message to say, Trent, like you're so insensitive about what I went through. I'm not. I'm not saying what you went through was okay. I'm not justifying any behavior that was given to you, but I'm trying to tell you this. I'm telling you this for fact, as real as I can put it. If you don't decide to take responsibility over your life, and you don't decide to turn the page and create a new chapter in your life, this will be the rest of your life. This pain is your identity right now because you're choosing to make it your identity. It will be your identity for the rest of your life. If you want to live like that, fine. But I know that there's people on here that is sick and tired of living like that, right? And it hurts to see people tear other people down because they have a different view than you, because they look different than you, because they're doing something that, you want to do, but you ain't doing it. And so you mad at them and you blaming them. See, man, but that's the thing. It's like we use the word hater very loosely. Like everybody use the word hater, but don't let hard times turn you into a hater, right? Don't look at somebody's life and just because things in your life aren't going the way you want them to go, and you probably wish you had the happiness that they seem to have, right? We live in a world full of comparison these days on social media, right? And you allow their happiness, you allow their whatever, right? Their success. I use that word loosely too, because success means totally different thing than what most people think it means. You allow their success to make you feel a certain type of way, and now you hate them because you hate your own life. Like, it's fact with that. And I see it even with me. Like, I see people come at me that I've done absolutely nothing to, that don't know me, that don't have a conversation with me, don't even know anything. But they see me, right, living my life. They see me, whatever, traveling the world. They see me doing all these things, and that makes them bitter for whatever reason, right? But they don't understand everything I went through to get to where I'm at. They don't understand the struggle. They don't understand the losses. They don't understand the broken friendships. They just see what they see right now. And that's the messed up part, because a lot of us, what we do, we judge somebody's like peak, right? But we don't never take the time to understand their climb. And that's why I don't have sympathy for that, because I know what rock bottom feels like for my life. And my rock bottom might be different than yours. I get that. But rock bottom is rock bottom, and rock bottom sucks. But I took responsibility over my life these past 10 years, and I put in the work, just like a lot of people put in the work. And I say, you know what? I'm not going to surrender to my pain no more. I'm not going to allow this to be the story for the rest of my life. I'm not going to do it. And so, no, I don't feel guilty for succeeding. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't feel guilty for taking my life to next level. I don't feel guilty for changing my life with God's help. Believe that. And I don't feel guilty for it. And too many of us, we sit here and we allow people to make us feel guilty for doing better with our life because they're choosing to stay in the same place. I see it all the time. And so everybody watching this, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're whatever it is, and you're taking your life to the next level, don't allow somebody in your inbox, don't allow somebody in your comments to make you feel bad about your growth. Just because they ain't growing, just because they accepted their pain, just because they mad at their own life, don't allow them to keep you from growing your life. Don't allow them to make you silence your voice. And I'm talking like this because I'm super passionate about this, because I'm tired of seeing people turn down their life to make other people comfortable that don't care about them anyway. Period. And so, yes, I am super fired up about this. Like, I'm passionate about this. And every time I come on here, I always got to say it. You guys should know it by now. And I'm sorry if I'm screaming, if I'm yelling. I'm sorry. I apologize, but I'm passionate about this because I'm tired of seeing people sit here and trading their greatness, man, to make other people feel comfortable, because those other people are lazy, right? Because those other people say, you know what? I'm just going to accept everything. I'm going to tear down everybody else. I'm going to accept what happened in my life, and I'm going to be mad at somebody for doing something with their life. I see it all the time. Like I said, it comes in my inbox every single day. It doesn't bother me because I'm not turning down for nobody. I told y'all probably about a week ago, I'm making the world respect my greatness, period. In the most humble way I can do it. I'm making the world respect my greatness. And I tell everybody who's with me, my inner circle, people that follow me, you guys, you need to do the same thing. Because some of you have been allowing way too many people that don't really care about you, and even those that do, keep you from really giving your voice to the world, right? Having you silence your voice. Period. Having you stay in a place that you don't deserve to be at because you want to make them comfortable. Because somebody comes in your inbox and says, oh, whatever it may be, you might have a happy relationship, right? And they might just talk about your parenting skills, right? They might say, oh, you're not a good parent because you allow your kid to do X, Y, Z. Like everybody on social media has an opinion. And too many of us, what we do is we take somebody, like I said, who's not going to be there for you, who doesn't care anything about you, who's probably a troll anyway, right? We allow these people to control our lives. We allow these people that don't care about us. We care so much about the opinions of others that could care less about us. And I know I'm kind of switching the topic from responsibility to now like not allowing people to control you, because a lot of people who are hurt people. Y'all heard that 1,000 times. And so when you understand that, when you realize, okay, this person is hurt, this person isn't happy, this person has went through a lot of pain, you start to feel sorry for them. And I do. And I'll reach out to them and say, hey, man, like, I get it. I've been there before. I know you're hurt. I know you're in pain. But guess what? That mindset is not going to do anything for your life. Because I tell people all the time, I'm not stopping. Trent, I'm unfollowing you because you didn't respond to my message, not knowing I got millions of people writing me, right? I'm unfollowing you. I was like, well, you're going to have to unfollow me. All right, cool. I'm not stopping. Trent, I didn't agree with what you said and it blah, blah, blah. I'm unfollowing you. Hit the unfollow button. Okay, cool. I'm not turning down my life. I'm not silencing my voice. I'm not going to allow what you think I should talk about to become what I talk about. Does that mean that I'm closed off to constructive criticism? No, it doesn't mean that. There's people that I value, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to allow someone who doesn't know what I've been through, right? Doesn't understand my path to criticize my steps, period. And you got to get that same mindset with your life. Okay, so what we talked about tonight, one, take ownership of your life. Stop living in your story, right? Stop living there. Like, we get it. I understand it. You understand it. Cool. It happened. What we going to do now? What we going to do now? It's happened. What we going to do now? What steps we going to take? Where we at? What's it going to be? Right? That should be the question that I'm asking. You should be asking yourself. And the second thing is, don't allow people that are hurt individuals, because there's a lot on Facebook. It's tons of them on Facebook, right? Instagram too, all on social media. Don't allow these people, right, to keep you from being your best you. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to agree with you. And I'm going to tell you right now, if somebody's on your page and they paying attention to you and they're confused supporters, period. Because if you don't like somebody, you're not going to pay attention to them. I want you guys to understand that. And you cannot let that stop you. That stuff used to get under my skin. Like when I'd be like, man, like, do you understand I'm trying to respond to people? Like I can respond to 1,000 people. And that one person I don't respond to could be the one to say, you don't care about people, this or that, right? And I can let that get to me. But no, I flipped the script now. I say, you know what? I responded to 1,000 people. I responded to 100 people. I responded to 10 people today, right? I still have family. I still have other things to do, right? And I understand my truth. And you have to be good with your truth. You got to be good with who you are, okay? Period. Most people don't want to change. They want to talk about change. Or I'm going to put it like this. Most people want to change. They don't want to put in the work that it takes to actually make change. And that's fact. That's fact. Most people don't want to invest in their life. Most people don't want to be intentional with their life. Most people, they just want to live the same life. They just want to do the same things and expect different results. It doesn't happen like that, right? I make sacrifices daily. Anybody who's made change can comment right here and they can tell you that they made sacrifices daily. You got to sacrifice. Change is not an easy process, but it's a process that's worth it. I didn't want to be 80 years old telling the same story about why I never did anything with my life. And especially allowing someone else to create that story for me. Forget that. Because I know a lot of you are in the situation that you're in because of a bad relationship. For most of you, a bad situation. Right? I get that. But you want to continue to give them power. And Trent, I know what you're thinking. It's easier said than done. And it is easier said than done. It's not that easy just to say, okay, I'm done with it. For some people it is, but for most of us, it's not that easy. It's not. There's a process, but when you finally decide to say, you know, this is not going to be my story anymore, and you for real about it, you'll figure it out. I promise you, you'll figure it out. Whatever that looks like. I don't know the process for everybody's life on here, but I do know there's more to your life. I do know there's more than what you're selling for. I can tell you that. I do know you're an incredible human being, and I'm not saying that to make you feel good. I'm saying that's because it's the truth. But when you have all these things that keep you from seeing that, when you're seeing yourself through the eyes of someone who can care less about you, when you're seeing yourself through the eyes of people's opinions that are hurt themselves, you'll never feel like that, right? Start seeing yourself through the eyes of the one who created you, right? That should be your definition of what love is. That should be your definition of who you are, how God created you. And so I'm not worried about what people say about me. I'm not worried about how people feel about me, unless you're somebody that's close to me and I value how you feel about me. I'm never stopping. There's been plenty of people who tried to stop me. There's been plenty of people who've made videos about me. There's been plenty of people who spoke on my life and spoke on my family's life and all these things that y'all don't even see, right? I've had so many things that if I told y'all, y'all would be like, what? Never stopping. I won't allow it to stop me because this is bigger than me. And I do this not just for myself, because I say for myself because I'm still rehabbing, just like you. But I do this for you guys, man. Straight up, man. I was mentally abused and I feel I lost everything. You didn't lose everything. That's what you're telling yourself, man. That's what you're telling yourself. You didn't lose yourself. You're on here right now. That's what you allow somebody to make you believe, that you lost everything. You didn't lose everything. You got to stop. Man, you didn't lose everything. You didn't. You still have breath. You still have life. What you lost is maybe a something, maybe an important something, right? Maybe they took away your confidence, but guess what? You can get it back. Maybe they took away your faith, but guess what? You can get it back. Maybe they took away your worth. Guess what? You can get it back. That's what I need you to understand. Y'all got to stop defeating yourself, man. You got to stop counting yourself out because something is over. Just because something is over, what does it mean? Doesn't mean your life is over. Just because something is over doesn't mean your life is over. And I just need you to get out that mindset. I just need you to break that. Even if you got to lie to yourself till you believe it. Till you believe it. I need you to get out that mindset. Right? Like, who are you allowing to write your life? They ain't God. They ain't got the plan for you. Right? Even with ourselves, we ain't got the plan for ourselves. When people ask me, what's my 10-year plan? I'll be like, I don't know. Ask God. I don't know. I'm just here controlling what I can control. But so many of us, we sit here and we allow people to write our life story. We allow it. You're allowing it. You're choosing to accept it. You don't have to accept it. Even you have to lie to yourself. Lie to yourself with positivity until you start to believe it. What does God say about you? Forget what man says about you. And I'm a living testament of this, man. I've had so many, I'm not even getting to my story because it's pointless, really. It's not pointless, but I'm not even getting to my story. But I just want you guys to start changing how you talk to yourself. And you got to stop telling yourself that it's over. Your life is not over. That time is over. Maybe what you thought was your life is over, but your life is not over. Your life is not over. It is not. You have to start talking to yourself differently and start seeing yourself through the eyes of who created you, not the eyes of a person who gave you pain, not the eyes of a situation in this world. Like, stop measuring your life. Stop it and start appreciating your life. Please. Please. All right? God got you, bro. Girl, like, God got you. That's all you got to know, man. Christ got you. And listen, you might not live up to other people. And I know when you start living for Christ, trust me, everybody come out the woodworks again and telling you what's wrong with you and this and change this and this and that. Like, listen, man, you gotta stop allowing the noise, man, to distract you from your connection with the Most High. Stop allowing the noise to distract you with your connection with the Most High. All right? You keep moving forward. Let nothing hold you back. LB, be it. Live it, breathe it, be it. No need to feel shame. No need to feel shame for what? God already forgave you. You've been forgiven. Why are you feeling shame? For you trying to be perfect for imperfect people? Everybody makes mistakes. We've all made mistakes. We will continue to make mistakes. We all have. So Never feel less about yourself because you made a mistake. Use it. Use it. Don't let it define your life. Let it refine your life. Don't let it define your life. Let it refine your life. I appreciate you guys. Peace. Let's get it.